So with the announcement of the Sagas from the Movies campaign, our first premium unit of this campaign is Lssj transforming legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and you clicked on this video because you want to know, is it worth summoning and spending your chrono crystals on this guy? So let's start by breaking down the kit, giving you the best info and the most important info on his kit, because his kit is kind of complicated. He has a pre-transformation kit and a post-transformation kit, so I'm going to be giving you the best things and the most important things on his kit instead of reading it line by line. And on top of that, we are going to be telling you at the end, is it worth summoning on this guy or not? So let's start. So as you guys can see here, we have the kit. As I said, we are going to be going through the most important things in this kit, in this guy's kit. We're not going to be reading it line by line. He has a complicated kit with two kits, so I'm going to be reading the most important things in this kit. So let's go. So first things first, we have his element, of course. It's one of the most important things in this whole game. He's red. Red is kind of in a weird spot right now because there's a lot of good blues, not going to lie. Fusing Vegito, Zenkai Kid Buu, but there's still good yellows like Fusing Gogeta Blue, Sparking Ray Shenron. These are all some pretty good yellows. He holds the attack Saiyans, powerful opponents, Super Saiyans, and Sagas from the movies. These are all decent teams to use. The Super Saiyans, I don't care, I don't think. Saiyans is decent, powerful opponents, and movies. The ability at the ability 2, I think. When you get a copy, you get the ability 2. Buffs 26% powerful opponent, movies, Saiyans, strike attack and defense. And at 14 stars, he gives the same thing, but an additional 18% to blast defense for movies. So the regular Z ability. His strike card has blast armor and nothing special about it. His blue card here, when he activates it, he's gonna deal massive explode damage, 30% to blue card damage for 3 counts when he activates it. But on hit, he's gonna reduce the enemy key for 50 by 50, and inflicts no switching for 5 timer counts. This is Broly's blue card before transforming. Green card is decent. It's a launching forward green card, so he grabs the opponent, and here upon activation he gets health, key, 20% damage inflicted for 10 counts, and when he lands it, he gets a blue card and it's combable, so good. Blast armor as well. The main ability is gonna make him be able to transform to legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and with that transformation, he's gonna get 2 new cards. 50 key and 50 health, 50% health. 50% health is actually good, and 100% to vanish gauge. So you have to play strategically, and know when to utilize this guy's main ability. And actually, when his unique gauge is full with the transformation, he's gonna get an extra 20% to damage inflicted. So you want to fill up the gauge and don't have your vanish, so it can benefit the most from this transformation. Maybe perform a double vanish, and on top of the fact that he gets it by only 20 counts elapsing, not 25 counts like most people. When battle starts, he already starts with 20% to unique gauge, 120% to damage inflicted. That's kind of low, but he stacks a lot of damage through a lot of different stuff, so I think that's normal. 70% to damage reduction, and the level of card draw speed, that's normal. When he enters the battlefield, a new card he gets, that's infinite, 30 key, 50% to damage inflicted, and he gets cover null for 5 timer counts. And every time he uses a blast or strike, so regular art you can say, 15% to damage inflicted, so he's stacking damage, 15 for 10 counts, and he gets nullify enemy reduce key effects for 10 counts. And this activation, it's only activating once, but when he switches and comes back, he's gonna nullify it again, so it resets. And he has similar effects to UVB here, where he gets 2 new cards. What's the condition? When he defeats an enemy, he gets 2 new cards, 10% health, 50 key, and he gets 100% to vanish. That's the similar thing to Ultra Vegito Blue. He gets that as well, so this gives this guy a lot of 1v3 potential. And he also gets 20% damage inflicted, 1 level of card draw speed for 15 counts. And as you see here, activation count is shared before and after transforming, so for both the legendary Super Saiyan Broly and the Super Saiyan Broly. Unique ability 2 shows us here that this guy has a strike cover change, comparable with the blue card. That's normal. When he changes cover, so when he comes to the battlefield, when you're getting hit with a combo, when he's changing cover, when he comes to the battlefield, you switch to him. He gets type neutrality for damage sustained for 10 counts, 15% health, and 30 ki. Sorry. So the neutrality is actually pretty helpful against guys like Kid Buu and Fusion Super Vegito. This unique gauge is an attack type gauge, so it charges every time this guy uses an arts card. So it can be blue card, a strike card, or a green card actually, yeah, and a blast card. So every arts he uses, this is gonna charge his own unique gauge. And when the unique gauge is full, I don't think it's gonna be reset. So before transformation, he actually doesn't reset his unique gauge, but after transformation, he is going to be resetting it every time he fills it up, and we're gonna see that soon. So when the unique gauge is full, he gets a new card, 30 ki, 20% damage inflicted, and 20% uncancelable damage inflicted, and 30% to damage inflicted for 5 counts, and he gets cover null for 5 counts as well. And when hit with an enemy arts attack, so when you hit this, your enemy hits you while you're using this guy, you're gonna, and 3 times, this is gonna activate 3 times, you're gonna restore your health by 10%, so 30% in total. You're gonna get substitution count down by 1 and reduce the enemy ki by 20, so that's a 60 ki reduction, and it activates 3 times, so that's a 60 ki reduction for the enemy when he hits you, so that's good. So the Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan Broly things are kind of similar. Let me note the different things here. So he has a really similar kit before and after transforming, but let me note the different things here. The blue card, of course, it's gonna nullify endurance because he's a transforming unit. Most transforming units have blue card LF, so that's good. Explode damage, it does. Nullifies endurance, minus 20% to sustain damage cut, so sustain damage cut penetration. And it's gonna do more damage the more your enemy has battle members. So if your enemy still has all his 3 battle members, you're gonna get 50% to blue card damage, 2 battle members 30%, 1 battle member only 20%, and of course blast armor. His green card is again a grab green card, so launching forward has blast armor. It gives upon activation you get a new card, 10% health, 50 ki, and 20% to damage inflicted. I think on the before transformation he was getting only 15%. That's 20% for 10 counts here. And when on hit, you give the enemy plus 20% to damage received for 15 counts, and you cancel their buffs 3 times. And it's comboable with everything, of course. Main ability gives a blue card that's normal, makes him type neutral for 15 counts, but it's cancelable. Note that it's cancelable, so that's not going to be that good. I'm not even going to lie. First, unique ability for legendary Super Saiyan Broly, we have after transformation, 15% to damage, 60% ki recovery, so he's not gonna be having ki issues. Nullify own unfavorable element. 4 damage sustained for 20 counts, so defensive neutrality when he transforms, for 20 counts. And when he enters the battlefield, he gets 1 new card, 30 ki, cover null for 5 counts, and he debuffs the enemy a lot. So this part right here, from this applies whole thing, from here, this and this when defeats an enemy as well. This is all the same as the first, as before transformation, so we're just gonna pass it. As the before transforming, he has a strike cover change that is comboable with a blue card, and when he changes cover, this time I think the before transformation he was getting own type neutrality sustain for sustained damage, I mean, for 10 counts before transforming, but now it's 20, and I think he gets more health and ki if I'm not mistaken. But this is good. This reduces enemy ki by 50. This is good. When changing cover reduces the enemy ki by 50, this is gonna be huge, and it's gonna be stopping a lot of combos, not gonna lie. And as you all saw in the reveals and in my reveal reaction video, make sure to check that out. We have he has an effect similar to UI Goku's Loken, but I think in this meta it's gonna be better. Simply, you all know how UI Goku's Loken works. he drags back the enemy when he tries to cover change, but instead of UI Goku drawing an ultimate, which is bad against UG4 now, this guy is actually, I think, it's still not clear, but I think he's gonna be doing some insane damage, like you see here, deals impact damage, so like comeback maybe, and then he's gonna be, as you see here, combable, so he's gonna, I think, knock back the enemy to long range, like you see here, yeah. So you are going to be dragging them back when they try to cover change, dealing damage, and then you can continue your combo normally. So that's a pretty good effect. On top of the fact that you can activate it twice, you can activate it once, and then when he switches and switches back, he can activate it the second time. So this is a double lock-in, double stopping the cover change. So you can stopping the cover change twice. What am I saying? You can stop cover changes twice. UI Goku can do it twice as well, but the conditions are kind of harder because you need UI to be a last stand unit. But this guy only when he switches out and switches back, so that's good. His unique gauge is an upgraded version of the pre-transformation unique gauge. It charges whenever he uses an arts card. That's like the first unique gauge, but here's the difference. Once the unique gauge is full, it resets to 0 and applies the following effect to itself. So this guy's unique gauge, it's an attack type gauge like the first Broly, but the first like pre-transformation version, you're gonna be filling up the gauge once and then it's not gonna reset. But for this transforming legendary Super Saiyan Broly, I mean the transforming version, the transforming state of him, post-transformation, bro, I'm so confused with those words. The post-transformation version, it's gonna reset to 0. The unique gauge is gonna reset to 0 whenever you fill it up, and then you're gonna get effect here, 2 new cards, 10% health, 30 ki, 20% to damage inflicted, only activates once, and it's uncancelable, and the 30% to damage inflicted for 5 counts. And I think this unique gauge, it's the same as the pre-transforming version, but the difference is that this is resetting, so you're constantly getting those effects. So a lot of cover null for 5 counts, a lot of 30% damage inflicted, a lot of health restoring, and a lot of cards as well every time you fill up the gauge. So this is a good gauge. So okay, after we broke down the kit, you want to know, is it worth summoning on this guy or not? And my simple answer is, I think it is no for everyone except movies guys, because look, for Saiyans, this guy is not necessary. I don't think he's gonna be necessary for Saiyans. Saiyans is not even a good team right now, but I think he's not gonna be necessary for the team. For powerful opponents, you already have CMZ, so just stick with him. And for movies, that's why I'm talking about movies, because this unit, I think, is gonna depend a lot on the 1% Videl that is going to be dropping alongside him, because the Videl is green, so it's protecting him. So like, think about the last banner that we got. We got a green Omega Shenron and a yellow Rage Shenron. So Rage was yellow, green Omega was green, so yeah, Rage was protecting Omega from purples. And this is the same situation. Broly is red, Videl is green, so she's protecting him from all blues. So if Videl ends up being a pretty good 1% Sparking, this banner might be worth summoning on for movies guys. You can create a really good movies team with this Broly, Videl if she ends up being good, and what's his name? LF fusing Gogeta Blue or Ultra Golden Frieza. This is going to be a really good pair up through these two new units, Videl and Broly. But if Videl ends up being not good, I don't think it's worth summoning for Broly. He's looking unnecessary for all of his teams. His kit is looking decent at best, and he's looking like a really just a plus for the teams. It's worth saving the Chrono Crystals that you have right now, because we still have 2 LFs two, I think, premium releases from the movies campaign, so that's gonna be a lot more hype. I think they're gonna drop something like a metal cooler or an ultra cooler that is going to break the game, final form cooler that might break the game or something, or tag Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta. These are all good possibilities. So if you're not a movies main, or if you're a movies main and Videl doesn't end up being good, I don't recommend summoning on this guy. His kit is looking decent at best. He doesn't have good good amounts of offensive neutrality for him to be able to compete. I know he has a lot of defensive neutrality, but you need the offensive one more. So if you want to know whether I'm summoning or not, I'm not summoning. I'm saving for the festival. Ultra MUI. I want Ultra MUI to drop in the festival. I already uploaded a video through saving 60k chrono crystals for Ultra MUI. So I don't want anything hype to drop from now on until the festival part 3. I know they're gonna drop good festival units, but at least don't drop good August, September, nor October good units. And that's Broly is the first one. I don't care about him, so I'm not going to be summoning on this guy. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Definitely let me know in the comment section below if you are summoning on a legendary Super Saiyan Broly. I already gave you my opinion, at least, that you should not summon on this unit unless Videl ends up being good and your Sagas from the movies main. If that's the case, go on and summon. Movies is gonna get a lot of buffs for that. So we are going to end the video off here. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.